About 2 months ago, I had a major epiphany. It was it was mind-boggling, and I'm still reeling from it. So, I started awakening spiritually and on a psychological growth path when I was 25, and I'm a licensed therapist. I work in consciousness and have for 45 years. I'm continually doing my inner work, and I know enough to know that there's always new subtle layers of unconscious being brought conscious. But this one was of a different order. So I have a very good friend, and he's an international best-selling author, and his name is Mark Wolman, and he wrote the book, It Didn't Start With You. It's about intergenerational trauma and attachment theory. And his work is very powerful. And he was helping me one day, and we were working in the arena of I had an instinct that my relationship with my mom, that there was something incomplete. There was something in the way of me being as close to her as I wanted to be. I was always close to my dad. My dad was my hero, and my dad was everything. My mom was a different story. She was loving, but she had had a very troubled life, and I could always feel that. So he was talking to me about this, and we were working, and he said, if you want to heal your relationship with your mom at a closer level, one key is for you to actually relate to your mom as if she had received the love that she did not. Well, he said that. It just melted me because I had not done that. She did not receive a lot of love. Both of her parents were alcoholics. And she got pregnant when she was 13, had an abortion. At 14, she got pregnant and gave the baby away. 16, married a policeman who abused her. I mean, she had a very hard life. But all these years until my friend said that, I had primarily related to her through the eyes of what did she give me? Did she give me enough? Did she give me what I wanted? Where did she fall short? It was all through my eyes and what I needed and did or didn't get. What he made me realize with his invitation was that I had not been viewing my mom with compassion for the past she had. And I felt very sad, very bereft, because she's gone. I can't talk to her anymore. And I would have loved to be able to talk to her from a different perspective. It wasn't just about me. Be curious about her, even offer a safe refuge and say, what was it like growing up? What was it like to get pregnant at 13 and have an abortion? Oh my God. I don't know if she'd want to talk about all that, but I sure would have invited her. And I sure would have been relating to her differently without feeling some shortfall or that somehow it wasn't like I got cheated. It was just like I mean, the primary challenge I had with my mom is she so adored me and she really wanted to, be involved with me as much as possible because she didn't have a rich inner life and her love for me was rich. So, but that's a different kind of a relationship. I mean, she, she had a troubled life inside and was not able to offer her a safe space to talk about that. I really wish I could. So what it also though gave me was that same realization about anybody. If I'm starting to look at someone, if this my pattern is to evaluate whether I'm getting what I'd like from this person or more or less, that's only one channel on the radio dial. There's a whole other channel, which is called meeting them where they are, asking questions, having empathy. So this epiphany is still kind of rocking my boat. And but I do have a greater degree of curiosity and compassion for the people that I know and the people that I meet, to meet them on their own terms, just based on their own life experience. And So it it's growing me, but it was very tender territory. And she was a very tender and sensitive person. And considering everything she worked with, she gave me a lot, a lot, a lot. And I didn't get all of it. I often would compare her to my dad inside of me. So, so here's to Joan Norman, my mom, died in 2002, gave everything she had and gave the very best that she can have. And there was a lot of love she didn't receive. I would have loved to bring more of mine to her. I share this story in part because it's just part of my story. I'm someone who, as a licensed therapist, as a leadership mentor, it's very important to me to not present myself as if my work is done. I'm totally evolved. In fact, I have a real problem when people do that are teachers, because in my experience, there's no such thing. We're human. We continue to have issues all the way to the end, and they're actually golden. They teach us, they help us open more. So, part of why I share my story is just to make sure it's clear that I'm a fellow traveler on the path and that I don't have it all together. I'm not even striving to have it all together, just striving to be open at the next level um, because it brings me more alive. But also, if you happen to have a mother or a father or a family member or somebody dear to you that my experience can speak to you and go, oh, I can relate to them, not personally based on what I did or didn't get, but what's their life? What's really going on for them, and make space to invite that. Please do. Um, but I also realize, and I'm realizing this in this moment, I do a lot of work with people who have unfinished business with people from their past, and they're no longer here. And there is a way to actually enter into an imaginative dialogue with these people in a very real way, and being able to actually complete business, express things that never got said. I have that same opportunity with my mom, and I think I will. I'm realizing now in this video, that's my next step, is to actually continue my relationship with her because she still lives inside of me. She will forever. She's not here physically, but it's it's a very important part of my life. And this epiphany will help me take it to a whole other level. So that's good news. And people can do that. I work with people all the time who have dialogues with people who are no longer here. And you'd think, well, how could that be helpful? It's just an imaginative talk. Oh, it can move mountains inside because you have things to say, and you still have things to say, and they can be said, and they can move inside of you and be felt and said. So maybe I'll talk about that in another video that I share about doing that work, but it's very powerful. Thanks for listening to my revelations, being a part of my process, even as it's moving and shifting and making itself known to me while I'm sharing in this video. Appreciate it very much.